This is the card we're going to be doing today. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh my goodness. This set that I'm using is just amazing. It is the Layers of Beauty stamp set. And I stamp this, and then I use the dies to cut it out. It's a 3-piece set. It's the stamp set, the dies, and the mask. And you put this on the piece of paper that you've stamped, and it gives you all this beautiful shading of the flowers. Gorgeous. I use the Stylish Shape dies. I hope they're still in the catalog. The third smallest, and I use the Stippled Rose Happy Mother's Day. I absolutely love this font. It's so dainty and delicate. It is gorgeous. And I use the Distress Tile 3D embossing folder. Let me see, can you? Nope. Can you see that? Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, it just does a lovely job on the card. And this is the beautiful Petunia Pop cardstock. It is the brand new color with the Pretty in Pink that has come back. It was my favorite pink years ago, and I didn't know why they got rid of it because it's so beautiful. I just absolutely love this pink. And then it goes so with this Petunia Pop. And is it Granny Apple Green? I can't remember what I used. Where did I put it? No, this is I think this is Old No, that's Granny Apple Green. Getting confused. I've been in the garden working on that, and today it's raining, so I could come down here and work on my card. I did this a couple days ago, and I'm just getting to videotape it now. Life happens. But anyways, so we're going to get started, and I stamp this big, huge honkin' stamp. Stamped it. I have Scotch tape on the back of this. I rolled it so it will stay there. The paper moves, not the cardstock. So now I'm going to bring in, like, there's 5 of these masks. And I have to line this up, and you line it up with the flowers. But what I really went is with the little flowers. There's a spot here that lines up with the center, and there's a spot there that lines up with the center, and one in there and one in here. So I just make sure that those are in the center, and then I mark this because I found it was just so much easier if I went along there with a mark. And now I'm going to get a piece of Scotch tape, and I have it. You don't have to do this, but I just find for me, it's just easy, and I don't have the problem of the mass moving. So I'm starting out with Pretty in Pink, and I am going all over. You rub off first because you don't want those globs that you can get. And you go all the way around because it's all over. There's a lot that are in this base color. This is a $1 million seller stamp set, $1 million achievement stamp set. And it is gorgeous. Like, it is so pretty, and there's not that much work to it. That's all you do. Now I am lifting this off, and I'm going to detach it from the Scotch tape I have there, and I'm laying it upside down so I don't mess things up. And I'm bringing this one in and lining it up. Oops. Somehow I messed that up. Okay, so now I'm taking Pretty in Pink again and just making these areas darker by going over this with the same color. It's the same color, but because you're going over it, make it more intense by repeating it a second time, it makes the color darker, but it's in the same shade, so it just blends in so nicely. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. Bring the next one in and line it up. I've knocked those on the floor already. I just keep wanting to knock them down. It's crazy. Now, this, you just want to make sure that it's in the center here of the flowers, because that gives you the dark center to the flower. And now I'm using Petunia Pop. Put this away. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And the centers are perfectly in the center. Now we're going to bring in the greens. Just making sure that they're lined up, and I'm using Granny Apple Green. And this is a more thorough going over too, just like the first one, because there's a lot of green on this. See how pretty that is? And easy. Now we're picking this up again. See how pretty that is? And now we're going to bring this one in, and it's going to give us the detail with garden green. Oops. I had it right, then I knocked it off. And put the Scotch tape back down again. I like the hands-free that I don't, like some people don't Scotch tape it down because it's easier, but then they have to make sure that it stays there and doesn't move. And I just want to make it easy for me. So I Scotch tape it down because then I know I'm not going to screw up as long as I'm holding it. Like if I was just going like this without holding it with my other hand, then maybe I would have a problem. But sorry about that. When I'm holding it, there's no movement. But if I didn't have that Scotch tape down, I would have to be like this. And then that kind of thing, to be really careful. Because it's so easily moved. And it's just a piece of Scotch tape, and it takes you a couple minutes longer. Who cares? There we go. Look at the detail on the green. Isn't that pretty? So now this comes off, and this comes off, because I have that Scotch tape on the back that I talked about. And now I'm going to put the die on it. And run that through my die cutting machine. But through the magic of television, I already have one done. Isn't that pretty? It is stunning. As far as I'm concerned, this is just stunning. So I am going to move a few things, bring in my stuff, and I'm going to do the stamping first, and then that's done and out of the way. Now I'm taking this little tiny, hold on, bring this back in, keep the mess there. This little tiny flower, and I'm doing it almost full, and then I'm just doing part of it down there. And then I'm doing the same thing with the envelope. Almost the whole thing, and then down further. And the stamping is done. So I'm going to take my Pretty in Pink Light and my dark Petunia Pop Dark. And the Petunia Pop, oh my goodness. I have a piece of paper in between here so that the blends will not go through. So I'm going to do both of these, try to do both of these at the same time. I sometimes screw up and finish the one and it's like, I didn't do the other one. So you'll have to forgive me if I do that because it's easy to do. And this is Pretty in Pink, and this is going to be the flowers. And it honestly does not take long because I'm not doing any blending. I'm just coloring it. And before I put this one away, come in here and do this one. Does everybody like the blends? I love the blends. I love that they're in all the different colors, and I love that they're not hard to use, for one thing. They're really easy, and they just don't leave any marks. There's no streaks, there's no nothing. This is my Granny Apple Green Dark, and I'm just doing the center of the flowers, or the leaves, so that it's got a little bit of color, a little bit of shading, not a lot, because they're small and we don't need a lot. And this is my Granny Apple Green Light. And I'm going to do that stem. There. I almost missed that spot. There we go. And it's done. Isn't that easy? And I'll take that out because I don't need it in there any longer. Always keep it around so that I have one. Okay, so there is that distress tile. That is gorgeous. Get my glue down. And bring this in, and I'm just got a slight bit of color around there. Then I'm going to lift this up with dimensionals. I always cut my dimensionals in half because I'm a frugal person, and I might use more around, but they're half, so I'm using less. Just me. You don't have to do that. I kind of like that. And now I've just pushed them on so that when I come at them with my pokey tool here, they will stay attached, because sometimes they tend to want to lift up and come off with the top piece. There. Now you want to arrange this so that it all fits on. So you've got to I did this on a 5 1/4 by 4, which is the same dimensions as the inside piece that I use. So in the directions there will be 2 of the same size, but you have to work at so it will fit on there. Like you can see, it fits on here, and that's the same size. Then I'm gonna glue this down. This is a fairly quick and easy card. It's gorgeous. People will not know that it's a quick and easy card because all the coloring is done quite quickly. And you have that beautiful shading, and you did nothing really to achieve it. It's quite incredible how the Misc work and how they do such an amazing job. Stampin' Up! Does an amazing job with these Misc. I imagine it takes quite a bit of work and precision as to how to cut them and design them. Yeah, not something I want to do. I'm just grateful I can create with them and don't have to do anything to make it happen. I don't do the hard work. I do the easy work and take all the glory. There we go. Now push it down. You can use your take your pick tool too. This one was just handy, so I used it instead. Now this is going to go in here, and just make sure it is on a little bit of the flower here and that it's straight. That's the only thing you have to do. Make sure Mother's Day is straight. There. Now I have to find these that I threw away because I kept knocking them down. And I have my take your pick tool. And I put and then I took a little one and I put it in there. Now I'm going to do my bow. This is the beautiful pretty in pink ribbon that is goes along with all the colors, every color, the two greens, the peach pie, the Petunia Pop, and the pretty in pink all have this type of ribbon, and it is so beautifully it does so beautifully to make a bow. It really makes a nice bow. It's not thick, and it's not going to stand up and cause a problem to send it in the mail. Now I am grabbing, well, don't need those, my picky tool. Oops, that did not stay. Have a problem with a wiggly bow. If you've been watching me for any length of time, you know that. So I always put my bow down at least 2 ways, but usually 3. I just don't like it to wiggle. Whoa, I I'm knocking my light as I'm reaching for everything. So what do you think of my card? I think it's gorgeous, and this set is just beautiful. If you would like to purchase anything, you can just go to my online store or give me a call and I will get things ordered for you. Thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to spend with me. Thanks. If you could like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel, that'd be wonderful. I do appreciate that. Thanks so much. Bye now.